WrestleMania 42 is now in the books, and in today's video, we are going to give 10 WrestleMania 42 is now in the books, and in today's video, I'm going to give you 10 predictions that I think will 100% happen at WrestleMania 43. Pretty self-explanatory. There's 10 takes that I have, and I do think all of these takes will happen at WrestleMania 43. Am I a little bit too confident? Probably, because honestly, if you told me at WrestleMania 41 what would happen at WrestleMania 42 with Pat McAfee, I probably would have called you crazy and said, are you sure you're watching WWE? Then again, Travis Scott got involved, so maybe not. Welcome to Lesser Wrestler. My name is Chadwell, and let's get on with the video. So obviously have 10 takes here. Some of these are a little bit, I would say, broad in certain statements, but I am going to explain how I see things happening. Starting off with the first take, I do think Obafemi will be having the world title or in a world title match. Again, I said a little bit broad, but that's a pretty bold statement. I do think this is what's going to happen. There's two ways they go about it with Obafemi. I think Obafemi will have either the Royal Rumble win under his belt, and he will go to face somebody like a Roman Reigns, a Cody Rhodes in some sense. I think that is likely to happen. You know what I also think is likely to happen? He wins SummerSlam. And if he goes and wins at SummerSlam against maybe Roman Reigns, then I do think he's holding this all the way to Mania and maybe going against Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes, maybe with him there, maybe CM Punk, maybe Seth Rollins, maybe just somebody crazy, Randy Orton even. Like, I think it's a possibility. And I want to just say, I think it's one or the other. Or Gunther, that's what I was thinking. Gunther's a sleeper to really win a Royal Rumble and go after Obafemi. So it's a big possibility, but I think it's one or the other. And I think they're in a position where they can do one or the other. The next prediction that I have is Sol Ruca will be on the card. So this might seem like like this will happen, but at the same time, Tiffany Stratton didn't make the card. I'm trying to think who else didn't make the card. There was a lot of people that should have been on the card, like Carmella Hayes, for example, but wasn't. I think the biggest one being Tiffany Stratton wasn't on the card, and she wasn't injured, so pretty crazy. Sol Ruca to me is one of the future pillars of WWE moving forward for the women's division. I think she will be on the card. Now, what will she do? You know, maybe Royal Rumble. Maybe you're looking at her as someone who wins it. Now, I think there is a better possibility that it's something with the IC title. Big prediction that I have moving forward is Sol Ruca will win the IC title from Becky Lynch. It just makes perfect, and I mean perfect sense. Maybe she holds it all the way, but I could see her dropping it to a heel and maybe going against them again. Something happening, but Sol Ruca being on the card. I think she will be a pretty big match or go for that championship. If it's the world title, that's a little crazy if that happens. I hope so, but it'll be crazy if that happens. But I really do believe Sol Ruca will be on the card 100%. These first two, really confident. This one, maybe not as confident, but if stuff works out, this will happen. The match I have at WrestleMania that I think will happen is Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. So there's a lot of factors you have to kind of add into here on why this will happen and could it even happen. First off, Kevin Owens is out with neck surgery. So is this even a possibility? And in my opinion, if he comes back in time, I think the only WrestleMania match for him should be against Randy Orton. Another thing I do want to say is that I originally thought Chris Jericho would come back by now, and with him not coming back, Kevin Owens, if he would come back, I don't know what he does at WrestleMania 43. And to be honest with you, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton makes just a lot of sense. Consider the fact that Kevin Owens and Randy Orton were supposed to have a crown jewel match in Saudi, and didn't happen because it was a no DQ. Didn't happen with a no DQ. It kind of led to a storyline that obviously was Kevin Owens and Randy Orton heel match. And then obviously keep going. We then don't get their match at WrestleMania 41. Kevin Owens is not here for WrestleMania 42. I think when Kevin Owens comes back as a babyface going against heel Randy Orton makes the most sense. So the match right now is like perfectly laid out. It's just, will they do it? And being so honest, I think they should. The next take I have is that Gunther will retire someone. This might be crazy to predict, or not that crazy to predict, but I do think that Gunther retiring someone needs to kind of happen in Saudi, in my opinion, because when he wins this world title, who is he going to lose to? It has to be a strong babyface, but it has to be for a long time. I know a lot of people joked when Gunther won the title at SummerSlam that he was going to hold this title for like 600 days. We could be looking at 2 WrestleManias before he loses it. But I feel like now, when he wins this world title, he's going to hold this for years to come. Like, I'm thinking like a year and a half at least. So I've been kind of on the train that's like, when Gunther wins the title, it's not going to be maybe as great of a title reign. Well, in the sense of like a heel having a title and no one winning the title. You get what I'm saying? So in Saudi, I do think he will win and have a lot of heat in Saudi Arabia for retiring AJ Styles. So what does he do in Saudi? He retires someone again. And I think there's going to be a lot of options by next year on who he could retire. I think you could go to, if Dominic doesn't do it, and I think Dom and Ray probably is the match in Saudi, you could go Ray. You could go Sheamus. And that's kind of been my prediction, is Sheamus calling it quits and going after Gunther. You could go a legend like Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's so many people you could go with having a retirement match at WrestleMania, and it would make sense for Gunther to go against them, truthfully. My next take is a little bit of a weird one. Like, you have to just, I don't know what else to say other than just stay with me. My next take is, if Bianca and Naomi are back, we will 100% get the triple take against Jade Cargill. I know, kind of crazy, but I'm going to throw out some options if people aren't available. It feels like WrestleMania 43 is prime for them. I think Naomi could come back, but again, this is kind of, I'm just going to fully say it, kind of weird for me to talk about it. You know, obviously the pregnancy and everything. I think it's, let them come back in their own time. It's not anything against them if they don't want to, whatever. Just let them come back in their own time. So it's kind of hard to say predictions and say like they will be here, they won't be here, whatever, because it's like a, you know, but I think if they don't want to come back, they don't want to come back, and that's fine. If they are back, then let's predict. With them back, I do think the triple threat will finally happen. I think they're trying to give Jade Cargill away from the title so Rhea has it. Then I think Rhea might maybe lose it, and then Jade Cargill wins it afterwards, or Jade Cargill wins it from Rhea Ripley. I'm feeling kind of that right now. Just in my opinion right now, I do think Jade Cargill makes a lot of sense to enter WrestleMania 43 in Saudi. That's so crazy saying WrestleMania 43, just being so honest, with the title. And I do think that Bianca and Naomi are viable options. If they're not there, both of them are not there, then I think you go Charlotte Flair. And I think it's Flair versus Jade Cargill. If it's only Bianca, then I think Bianca you go. If it's only Naomi, I think you go Naomi and Jade Cargill, with Jade Cargill having the title. I think it just makes sense. Just overall, I think there's a big chance that we get this triple threat. And I think it could happen. The next take I will have is Sami Zayn will be in a big match or have a big moment at WrestleMania 43. We all know Sami Zayn is heavily connected to Saudi Arabia, so it does make sense that Sami Zayn would be heavily connected to this match. A lot of people think that Sami Zayn will go after a heel and win his first ever world title. Now, Sami Zayn at the moment is like public enemy number 1 because of all the heel stuff he's been doing. And will he be a heel by this time? I don't think so. I think we're going to have heel Sami Zayn up until maybe the Royal Rumble, and then maybe we get a babyface Sami Zayn. Maybe it's him versus somebody who's a heel, and you know, you think that there's been a storyline with him like working as a heel, and then finally he eliminates them, winning the Royal Rumble. But I do think Sami Zayn will get his big moment at Mania. Is it being a babyface and winning and being the hero to win his first ever world title? Is it, and I know this is crazy to say, but I am going to say it, winning Money in the Bank and winning his world title night 2, cashing in and getting that title? It's a big possibility. Sami Zayn overall will get his big opportunity at WrestleMania, and I think he is going to have a marquee match. I really do believe so. Here's more of a hot take prediction, but I feel fairly confident on it, or at least it'll happen in 2026, 2027, and that is Trick Mellow Gang will be at WrestleMania. If you don't know what Trick Mellow Gang is, you gotta first take the 2 names off there, and then you understand that. Then gang means, I guess, a friendly duo. But it is Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes as a tag team going into WrestleMania. The tag team division has fallen off a cliff because of releases, because of them not caring for the tag team division, and I'm starting to realize what they want in their tag team division. It's 2 people that they either throw together or 2 bigger stars that they have, and they win the tag titles. It's not true tag team teams. Like, for example, Mercy Machine Guns is a true tag team team. I would say Lucha Bros is a true tag team team, and maybe that's different than what it is. Potentially even Street Profits is a true tag team. I feel like the team of Damian Priest and R-Truth are not, but they're the tag team champions. Trick Mellow Gang at least was a former tag team, but they're two superstars that are pretty big, and I think they will be baby faces in 2026 and reunite. And so that's why at WrestleMania, I have nothing for Trick Williams. I have nothing for Carmella Hayes at the moment. And I think these two will enter as tag team champions going into WrestleMania. Might seem crazy, but I really feel strong at this. And I feel like this is a real possibility. The next take I have is Tiffany Stratton will be featured heavily. Tiffany Stratton is like very much so one of the biggest marketing pieces that WWE has for Saudi. So I do expect for WrestleMania 43, Tiffany Stratton to kind of be in a world title match, to have something big at WrestleMania, because ultimately she was the one who got missed out on WrestleMania, was a big number 30 surprise in Saudi. It makes a lot of sense. I just think there is no chance that Tiffany Stratton is not featured heavily, because in my opinion, it's either a big feud or it is a big world title or a title win for her, something like that, or even just any gold involved. Tiffany Stratton will be at WrestleMania 43, and there's something big I feel for her, because at the end of the day, she is a huge marketing piece. She's really involved with the community there. It makes a lot of sense Tiffany Stratton would be there. The next take I have is going to involve what I think happens night one, and that is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes in some type of match. Now I say this because, interesting enough, the Raw after Mania, they tease CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Is that 1 year in advance booking? Or is that SummerSlam booking? Is that the fall booking? I don't know. What it feels like is that it's SummerSlam booking to potentially hint at him going to SmackDown, and then we're looking at fall or something else. I do think that there is a better chance that this is like the third match of a set of matches. In night one is going to be CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, and I do think it could have interesting storylines with CM Punk being heel, Cody Rhodes being heel. I've also predicted before that this is where a cash-in could happen, where maybe the heel is on top and a babyface cashes in. Could be Sami Zayn. No, I'm literally being so serious. But I do think that at WrestleMania 43, this is a Mania match. I mean, my God, is this a Mania match? Cody Rhodes, CM Punk needs to happen. It's SummerSlam Mania. I think no ifs, ands, and buts. And my last one will likely be the night 2 main event. And I know this is crazy to say, but I really do believe this. Roman will be either in a title match or he's with The Rock. Now I say this because I wanted to originally say Roman and The Rock will happen. But at the end of the day, will The Rock finally give in to coming back for Roman versus The Rock? Here's what I will have to say. The Rock is obviously going to be offered the best deal he could possibly think of with Saudi. And in my opinion, will The Rock do it? I don't know. I don't know if it's a big possibility right then and there. Now, when TKO comes and calls, I do think that there's a better chance it happens, because part of TKO, it would make a lot of sense for him to go that route. And I do think with what's happened the past years with, Travis Scott, with Pat McAfee, it feels like to me, at the end of the day, The Rock could just get one single call and we're looking at The Rock versus Roman Reigns randomly made. I know it's crazy to predict, and I think a lot of people would be like, oh, what are we doing? Like, this is just clickbait. But at the end of the day, you cannot say it's clickbait when the past 2 years, The Rock has somewhat been involved or TKO has been involved. And with The Rock being there and them looking at what's the biggest money match we can get on ESPN, it could happen. Especially if like one more movie somehow fails, then The Rock will likely be there. Now, if it doesn't happen, I do think Roman Reigns will be in a title match, because I think Saudi is going to want their tribal chief to be in some marquee match. Is it maybe CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns? Is it maybe Roman and Obafemi? Is it? I don't know. But I think if they don't go King of the Ring Obafemi, then Roman Reigns and Obafemi should be the match to happen at WrestleMania, and it should be Roman Reigns world title versus Obafemi. It just makes so much sense if they would go that route. You have Roman Obafemi night 1 or night 2. You have Punk and Cody night 1, and I think that's just your Mania events. And that's what I feel right now. Like in my head, that's what I want to say. But my heart is coming out for you, Rock. That's just pause. That's it for the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.